So you want to talk about that? Yeah. Well, what do you think is one of the toughest aspects of living up north?
Well, I would say the toughest, being a homesteader, would be the short growing season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that you really have to adapt to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we're struggling right now with it.
Yeah, it's been a weird year weather-wise.
Yeah, it's for us quite unusual. But I don't think it's unusual for here. But it is a very unpredictable season every year. You just don't know. Like last year, it barely reached in the 20s.
Yeah.
Celsius. And then this year, we're 2 weeks in the 30s.
Yeah,
well,
crazy.
30s, around 30 degrees.
Yeah,
and completely dry, bone dry.
Yeah, totally dry.
The ground was completely solid.
Yeah, we never had that since we came to Sweden 4 years ago.
No, that's true.
We have hit the 30s, but not for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, I think in the first year we did have it, like you say, around 30. But it was so humid.
Yeah.
And now it's again started to rain and that humidity is back. And we've had a huge amount of thunderstorms that come with it. And I remember that from the first year. It really maybe comes with that humidity.
Yeah.
So that was, yeah.
Yeah, like you say, the unpredictability of the weather.
Like this year with the growing, but you know, we thought, okay, we'll wait till June, we'll be patient. And then I think we were still too early because things like watermelons, they died.
Yes.
I think other things, I think some of our cucumber plants and gherkins, they also died.
Yeah.
Just because we put them outside too early, because at night it was still around 0 in June.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then in July we've got the 30s.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I think this year it was I remember somebody telling us, it was Tina when we moved here, and I asked her about what is the growing season here, and she said, well, back in the days it was midsummer, so you know, summer solstice. But she says that has moved forward to like the 1st of June. But this year it was the summer solstice.
Yeah.
We should have only started planting these more sensitive plants.
Yes.
We should have put them out. But then, that is tough. And because of the short season, that if you make a mistake, that's it done.
Yeah.
You don't have a second chance, barely.
No.
Maybe with some fast-growing things like radishes, I don't know. But I think we forgot to plant radishes this year.
yeah.
And then because of the heat wave, I had to go scything, and then everything else got dropped, and we came back to a jungle in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very hard to deal with that.
No.
And be successful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like things like potatoes, they don't take much.
No, there are
care.
some things that are easy,
The
no matter
carrots
what
seem to
the
be doing.
weather is. Yeah, carrots and the cabbage.
Yeah.
Not the cabbage, the cauliflower.
Cauliflower work well.
They've always worked well for us.
But this year, not outside. This year outside
Only
is
in
an
the greenhouse.
absolute disaster.
Yeah.
That we'll have to go over for another time about how to grow things up here, because first we need to figure out how we're going to deal with these white flies.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what to deal with it. Either put a net over it every year, or we go and spray something. But it's just completely decimated everything. I don't see anything out there growing that's good anymore, except for the spring onions and chives.
And garlic.
Yeah, the garlic.
Things that don't have leaves, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. I think tomato as well. There was a few tomato planted outside as a test.
Okay.
Yeah, there was even a red tomato on it the other day.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
So I think they could work if we plant them outside.
Okay.
But that was also because of the especially.
Because of the special weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't know.
No. So that is really, that's a very good point that you make. That is really difficult for us, especially being new up here.
Yeah.
What do we do when? When are we going out and plant something, or when are we going out and dig? Because also with the digging, like after winter, the ground is so soft that it's just the best time to dig.
Yeah.
And you wait a bit too long, and you saw the ground is now so solid that you can't even get in with a digger. It's not powerful enough. It's just going to scrape over the surface.
Yeah.
It is that hard. That's pretty crazy. So it's good that it's raining now, because there's some digging projects that we need to take care of, like digging the ditch to the barn and making some holes for the foundation of the barn extension.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure what else is tough. I mean, we really enjoy the winter up here.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice having extremes of winter and summer. But I think the other things that are tough are just the things that, because we're so far away, you know, it's just things that you miss, really.
Yeah.
You know, of course, we're quite far away from our families.
Okay.
But that's our choice, you know, to live here.
Yeah.
So that's just part of that choice. But
So you're struggling with that, or you find it difficult?
yeah, I miss my family, of course. Yeah. I do.
It's gonna be another tearjerker episode, eh? Yeah, but yeah, of course. I mean, we have mum here, my mum.
Yes.
She's here. But my family were never that close.
No.
We did holidays together. But it wasn't always like we were visiting every occasion.
No.
So wasn't that difficult. And I had moved to Luxembourg already, as had you.
Yes.
But me when I was younger. Yeah. I think it's also the first few years we really are stuck here. There's so much to do. You can't just go and leave now.
No.
Like I've been saying, when stuff is up and running again, when stuff is up and running properly, and we know what we're doing, and maybe we can get somebody else to come in, you know, and
Yes.
say, look, everything is set up. We know that this is a good month to go, because there's not much like September, I think, is, or October. You know, maybe we could one day take a trip.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
First, I need to sort out my passport.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a while, because there's still other things that are urgent to do before then.
Yeah, I have nowhere to go, really, so I don't really need a passport that badly. But
No, that's also true.
like now I can't change my driver's license to a Swedish driver's license, because I need to show my passport for that. So, and for this I need to go to the embassy in Stockholm, which is a good 12-hour drive. So certainly not a day trip.
And you can't fly because you don't have a passport. Otherwise you could just fly down and fly back.
Oh man, that we messed up.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake.
And we just let it be and let it be, and then...
Typical us, eh?
It is so typical us.
Leaving it to the last minute.
And then it's too late.
It's too late.
And now we're stuck.
Yeah, so I think it's only going to be late September before you can do that, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a real shame, because I do have this ID, but it's not a national ID. It's a bit stupid that you get this ID from Skatteverket, which is the tax agency here, and then that is not really the official ID that you can really do anything with. But I can open a bank account, get a bank ID, which is this online app for dealing with pretty much everything in Sweden, all your administration and everything.
Yeah, everything.
Signing into your bank and everything. So, but I can't fly with it.
No.
Not even within Sweden. Yeah, well, so that's a bit difficult, actually. If something like this happens, you run your passport or whatever.
Administration-wise,
it can be difficult, and the hours are getting shorter of opening times in these small admin offices. Like we do have a Skatteverket office in Storuman, but because it's small, they don't do the official things like giving you an ID. So you have to drive 3 hours. And it's only open, well, when we were here, it was 2 days a week, 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And then for like 2-3 hours only.
And even our bank, if we wanted to go into the branch, first of all, it's an hour and 15-minute drive away. Yeah. And it's only open 3 hours a day from 12 until 3. Yeah,
exactly. You have to be there on time.
Yeah.
I mean, that is now a distance we're starting to get used to. I think it's because we had to drive so often to Umeå for the hospital, which is 3 hours away. That now an hour 50 minutes is almost nothing.
Yeah, it's just along the road.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy to go there.
Yeah.
But then now also with Oma she has to have her driver's license also switched to the Swedish driver's license. And for that we have to go to, well, we can go to one that's 45 minutes away, so that's not far. And I have to get, chicken feed there anyway and things like that. But that office, first I thought was only open once a week. And then it's only open once a week for half an hour.
Half an hour?
And then so I was going to go tomorrow with her and fix this. And then I looked again just to make sure, and I'm happy I did, to make sure that, because they were off for 3 weeks on the summer holiday, and they must need it after a very stressful job.
Oh yeah, I mean that must be a very busy half an hour a week.
Goodness me. And then I checked and it said half an hour a week, but only on uneven weeks. So they're only open every other week for half an hour.
Yeah, so every month it's open for 1 hour a month, basically. That's crazy.
So maybe I checked, otherwise we would have gone in and it would have been for nothing.
Yeah, that would have been annoying.
I would have been quite frustrated with that, especially because they don't, well, anyway. I can complain a lot about the Swedish system, but it's not just the Swedish system, it's everywhere like that with bureaucracy. It's a pain in the butt. However, up here, when you're living out in the middle of nowhere, it's even more difficult that if something does really go wrong where you need to be somewhere in person or arrange something quickly, it just doesn't go that. It doesn't work quickly, Yeah,
and it's stressful if you have to be there at a certain time if something goes wrong, like, you get a flat tire or, you have to put your winter tires on all of a sudden, and that can make it be
Yeah, it's good to be more.
Fine.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to be a bit more self-sufficient. You need to know what you're doing most of the time.
Yeah.
No, but you do notice that people do help each other out here a lot. When you're struggling with something or need help.
Oh, definitely.
Whatever it is, like you say, changing a tire, you need some tools.
Yeah,
you can find somebody who can loan you some, no problem.
Yeah, and I'm losing count how many people we've helped on the road that have gotten stuck in the snow.
We have helped several. We had the guy who installed the heat pump.
Yeah,
he drove off, and then he calls 10 minutes later or something. I kind of got stuck in the ditch.
Oh, he was so embarrassed.
Yeah, I guess. But he said, it was not far from here.
No,
5 kilometers away.
Yeah, just the first main bend.
And luckily enough, I could get him out with the chains because we got stuck. The neighbour, I couldn't help.
You couldn't help the neighbour, no.
So the neighbour came visit him. He thought, nice visit. He says, no, I'm stuck in the ditch. But that wasn't in winter. That was in the mud because it was so, after the thaw, the ground was so soft.
At the edges.
That it was just on the edge and his car just sunk into it. So he said, do not drive close to the edges. And he said it, he claimed it was the first time it ever happened to him. I wonder if it's true or if he was also embarrassed being local, like, this doesn't happen to me.
Well, I could believe both, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's 70 years old though, no, the guy or something.
Yeah.
So it never happened to him.
Maybe.
Could well be.
Yeah.
It's funny how things like that, like one of the hunters, Anders, that came by and he spotted so many bears here in the area. And people have not seen, we haven't not seen any bear yet.
No.
And he said, I said, okay, so there is a lot. He said, no, I see them when he's driving, not when he's hunting. But he said, like Janne, who's also lived here his whole life, has never seen a bear.
No.
So.
No, and Anders, he said he saw 6 last year.
Yeah.
6 in 1 year? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, people are very afraid of the bears. Flies in here now. Well, one fly. Like the guys, the neighbors that came for a visit to their summer house. First thing else, have you seen any bears around? No, why? I said, I know they are around here because they're going to be hunting for them again this year. And it was mentioned on the radio that there's a larger population this year. So they're allowed to shoot, I don't know, 1,000? No, was it 1,000? That sounds like a lot.
Was it not 100?
Maybe 100 then.
In the area.
Yeah, exactly, in this province, Västerbotten. So, and then when they reach that goal, or if they reach their goal before the hunting season is over, then they have to stop. But I doubt everybody registers.
No.
Which they should as a team. They can only hunt them with a team. And I'd be surprised. Most will do it, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
I won't be surprised if some are a bit sneaky.
Well, I mean, the Swedish, they do tend to like to follow the rules, don't they?
They do.
They always stop at the stop sign and they wear all the protect.
Okay, yeah. So you were talking about the Swedes loving the rules.
Yeah, they do like to follow the rules, don't they?
Most of them really do.
Yeah.
When we came here, I was joking to a German friend how the Germans love to follow the rules. How we always joked about that as Dutch people, especially being their neighbours. And he said, "Yeah, we are known for that, but I think the Swedes are worse." I was like, "What? It's not possible." And then a year later, I came back to him when he came visit us. When he came to visit us here one day, I said to him, I said, "You know what you said to me a year ago?" I said, "You're so right. They are absolutely, they follow rules where you think there's nobody there to see anything, and still the rules are being followed to a T. It's quite amazing.
And they don't question why they have to do it or that they have to do it. They just do it.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I guess in one way is quite nice. It makes your life easier. Well, it's just the way it is. That's a lot of the mindset, I think.
Yeah.
This is just the way it is. So don't question it, just go on with it. But with some things, it's a bit annoying. Not annoying, but where you think, like, come on, man. We can change this, surely.
Yeah.
This could be different, no? But out here in the middle of nowhere, or, more the countryside, it's a bit less like that, I would say.
Yeah.
People are not so...
they're not so strict about
No, and
things.
neither is the commune so strict about things. It's more in the
villages.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to slander the Swedes. They're very nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much shit about them right here. But the rules they love to follow. That was, I think, somebody said as well, we were telling her, you stop at stop signs, which of course we do as well, but there are some places where there's a stop sign where you go like, wait.
Where you can see for
am I stopping,
miles.
Yeah, am I stopping for a moose that's about to come from nowhere? Or, and she says, we were told to stop in front of stop signs. It's like, well, everybody was told that, but you seem to follow it very, very strictly. And there was another one when they came and you're not allowed to get rid of... You're not allowed to... When you're going to visit like your summer house in another commune and you have rubbish there...
Oh, yeah. You're not allowed to transport your rubbish from one commune to another.
Yeah, back to your commune where you came from.
Yeah.
And it's like, so who's going to check
know?
that? Who's checking?
No,
This
it's
is
not
insane.
like you get stopped by the police and they say, hey, what commune did you take that rubbish from?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's in that bag? It's not rubbish. That's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's a good one.
I mean, a small bag of rubbish. Like, who cares about that?
Yeah.
I can understand that they don't want you to take, I don't know,
Like
a whole dump.
skip. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, there are some rules. Yeah, it's just, I will never forget. There was some Swede in Luxembourg when we were still there who said, Sweden is the country with the most rules for the smallest amount of people. And it's so true. There's just so many rules here that it becomes ridiculous because the rules are for everybody, which doesn't make sense for most.
Yeah.
Like, the same rules don't apply for somebody living in a city that's living in the middle of nowhere up north.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but the rules are not the toughest part of our life up north, are they?
Not really. No, not where we live anyway.
No, that was more the administration side.
Yeah.
So we had the growing.
Yeah,
the seasons being quite unpredictable. We had everything being far away.
Family and of course shops. Even though you don't have much money, it's nice to just walk through shops. Clothes shops and things like that. And it's not so easy to do that here. No,
it's not so easy. We have one sports shop.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff, which is good. Yeah, you do find that here you more have these shops that have a bit of not a bit of everything, but it's back in bigger cities you have more specialized shops.
Yeah.
And then here you can find stuff where you would think like, wait, that should be in another shop, right? What's that doing in this shop?
Yeah, but then you've only got like one or maybe two choices of it. You don't really have a good range to choose from. Like swimsuits, for example. I was looking for a swimsuit and I didn't really like the ones that they had. So, and then that's something that you have to either get online, but...
You can't really fit it then?
No.
So then you're not sure if it's going to be good for you?
Then you have to go for a drive and...
Yeah.
That's diesel money.
Yeah.
So shops. Shops is something that, yeah, of course, it's a bit of a pain that it's so far away.
Yeah, that's true.
But in saying all these tough sides, you know, the advantages still outweigh the disadvantages. It's still very nice living out here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No way would I change it for anything. Now we have been looking at some plots of land to have a bit more, you know, forest for ourselves.
Yeah. Because even though we're surrounded by all these trees, none of them are really ours.
No. And even though Thomas is super generous and we can take any fallen trees, and in fact we can take a whole lot for firewood. It really does seem, you know, I can even go on the other side of the road to that big forest there and take the small birch from between. He would love me to take them and actually be helping him out, because it's really really dense, like a jungle down there. I went on the snowmobile and hardly came out again last winter.
Yeah, it grows like weeds up here, birch trees.
So he's happy to get rid of that, and that would be good for wood chipper then, for the wood chip boiler as well that we're going to get. So for that we're lucky, but for building material it would be nice to be able just to have nice, you know, go into your own forest and say, okay, this is a good tree. Oh, look at that one, that's nice and straight and thick. You know, let's take that one. And now is every tree that you cut down that is nice and straight and thick is precious. Yeah. And you know, you put on the bandsaw and you can't be, you know, you're too careful with it. If you make a mistake, no, I don't
waste it.
A lot of pressure every time.
Yeah.
Be nice not to have that pressure. Yeah. Well.
But up here, it seems like, you know, you can either. It's only either a tiny amount of land or it's a huge amount of land. You know, there's not a lot in between, at least not at the moment that we can see, that we can afford.
No, it was a shame because last year somebody was selling huge amount of land in this area, but it was all these different spots.
Yeah, it was different compartments and they were being sold as one big lot.
Yeah, and one was literally, it was across the road.
Yeah, just up there.
It's like, oh my God, I'm going to see.
Really nice strip that would have been ideal for us, but we would have to have bought the whole compartment of it. So
yeah,
that was a shame.
Yeah, that was a real shame because it came to I don't know how much. €1 million or something?
Yeah, I think it was about $1 million.
But it was crazy amount of land.
Crazy amount of land, but still.
So of course, then one of the big, you know, forestry companies comes and takes that. You know, they pick up all this land, and the smaller companies are left behind. That's how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Or at least the middle class seems to disappear more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. But what we did think was going to one of these forestry companies and just ask and say, "Look, we're in this area. Do you have somewhere a plot of land? It's not gigantic that you're willing to get rid of."
Exactly.
You know?
We know they've done that in the past from speaking with the neighbours. Yeah. That's the summer houses over there. That's how they bought their land to build their summer house. Yeah. But that was a while ago now. You know, we're talking 4 decades ago or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of forest is being taken as well around us. You know, there's not so many plots of land where I'm going like, oh, this is ancient trees or big trees, and maybe a lot of those will even just not be touched. You know, I might leave them just to keep wildlife around the area, because that's very important for the hunters as well, of course, here. And just wildlife in general. It's not just hunters.
Yeah, but we'll contact them anyway. You know, watch this space, see what happens.
Yeah, we need to drop an email, give a call, and tell them at least. Yeah, I think one of the other things with this, because it was the toughest of living up north that we're talking about, right? Yeah, not living in the middle of nowhere. No. Because the toughest as well being up north is also. I think, you know, what's bothered me a lot is the midges and the mosquitoes. It is a bit of a struggle when I'm out there and you're getting covered. Yeah. Now, I was lucky with the hot weather there, they were kind of gone. It wasn't really bothering, but then came, of course, the other deer flies and horse flies that were insane. But I think if you would then in the hot weather be working outside, it wasn't so bad if you're moving around a bit. But of course in the big fields, where there's high grass, they
and when you're scything, you're not moving very fast either. You're just taking one little step at a time. So then they smell your sweat and they just completely surround you.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
And then well, last year when I was doing the greenhouse, I was standing still there a lot. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't such a hot summer and quite moist. And then I was just covered in the midges. There were clouds around me. So every time you have to wear long trousers, you have to have this stupid hat on with, with a net over you. You just want to enjoy the fresh air. There's
always something. If it's damp, it's one insect. If it's hot, it's another insect. If there's sunlight, it's one insect. If it's if you're in the shade, it's something else. So
it's okay when it's not so hot and it's windy.
Oh, the wind is the best thing.
Then you hardly get bothered by any, especially not the midges. They just get blown away. Mm-hmm. That was nice. Yeah. But because the greenhouse, I was not lucky with that. So it's okay, and you figure out how things work. You can be, if you're underneath a roof, then the things like midges and the knots, they don't really seem to bite you. They don't get you. The mosquitoes, they kind of get everywhere. Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm. But the same with the deer flies. Once the deer fly, they come in the house, they're trying to get out of the house. Yeah. Once they're inside, they want to get out, so they're not stinging you. No. So that's quite good to know, because that would be nice to have a terrace and to cover us from next year. Yeah. So that has been quite tough, but that's just because we're not used to this climate, that we're just figuring out everything for the first time and how that works. But I must say that is a bit of a pain. But I think
everybody complains about it. Even the locals are all saying, "Oh, it's mosquito season" and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they will say that you never get used to it. No. But I must say we are getting used to it.
I mean, this year it didn't seem that bad.
No, I think this is now the third year that we say that we're running this machine, the mosquito magnet. Yeah. And that's the year when you're supposed to see a drastic change, where there's really barely any left. And well, for the mosquitoes, that has been the case.
Yeah, it really has.
For the midges and the knots, that in the beginning of the season was still pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't know.
Because you don't have that in the south of Sweden. It's definitely not as bad.
Yeah, but then again, when they came here last time, the summer house neighbours, he said that in the south, when they were, I think there was one place where it was crazy, where they had to install special mosquito magnet, way stronger than ours, industrial, and because the kids couldn't even go to school and things like that.
Oh yeah, that was a weird thing.
I mean, it's like, I thought you were going to say everywhere you go, you have some problems, not just here in the north. So, if I was in the south, then I'd have to be more afraid of something else probably, that might attack me. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, still, I'd rather this than working out in 30 degrees every day.
Oh, man.
At least, that for me is something that it's a price we're willing to pay, but it's a hefty price. If you do not like mosquitoes, if this is a big problem for you, then you're definitely in the wrong place. Because we're fine here in the open area. We've taken away a lot of bushes,
that helps
shrubbery, and trees. But you step 1 foot in that direction, you go across those trees there, and it's in the beginning of the season, like in June when they start to come out, you're covered in a cloud straight away of whatever stings you. So that is definitely you just, like they say, you will never get used to it. Maybe like I was saying, we're getting used to it, but you never get 100% used to it. No. Because you can't escape it. No. They will sting you whether you're used to it or not.
Yeah, and it's like you say though, everywhere you go, if you go to Spain, then you've got another problem. You get exotic spiders and,
scorpions.
Yeah, exactly. Cockroaches.
That's in Italy. Big cockroaches, that's nice,
So I think at least these ones, they tend to stay outside. They don't come crawling into your house. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had 5 spiders all year.
Yeah, I've seen a few, I don't tell you about them.
Thank you.
But they're very small.
They're small, even I don't mind the small ones.
No, exactly. They really don't get big at all. Mm-hmm. Well, you say you don't mind, but you're quite jumpy.
If it's too close to me, I don't like it. But if it's over there, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But for me, then the other things are, of course, when it is freezing cold and you have to go out to blow snow or get wood, then sometimes it's just not so fun.
No.
But it's normally, if it's it's just getting wood, it's not really a problem. Then you're going to make a fire, it's going to make you warm.
Cozy.
So that's okay. But, having to blow snow, you just need to make sure you have the right clothes for that. I think one time as well, what was tough was when I did my snowmobile license. And I had to go out for the practical. We finally had the practical, and I did the theory. I don't know how many lessons I had to do, 6, 8.
Yeah,
and then
something like that.
It wasn't that much.
No.
But then I could really speak no Swedish, and I was Swedish.
That's true.
That was a lot of studying for me. And then, then the day came that we were going to do the practical. It was exciting. But then suddenly the temperatures dropped, and they had to do it at like minus 30 degrees it was or something. So I thought, well, they're going to cancel this because this is ridiculous. Like the kids also don't go outside when it's minus 20. Everybody here talks about minus 20. That's that's enough. That's the limit. Over that, we don't go outside. And no cancellation whatsoever. I had to go there in this outfit, and it was just, that was quite unpleasant. I think it was the adrenaline of being on a snowmobile and getting tested, being so close to finishing the driver's license, and that kept me going through the day. But it was.
I remember you complained about your feet. That your feet were really cold. Yeah. That's
a struggle. Yeah, because the rest, of course, you can put many layers on. Now I've got the onesie. I can put a t-shirt, I can put that warm onesie with then the snowmobile suit onesie over that. Yeah. And I'm boiling, super cozy. And I've got another snowmobile. Are you getting tired again, Caroline? No. You're sitting here with red eyes, yawning.
Sorry.
Very bored again, everybody. Here, there's coffee left. Have a sip of coffee. Poor Caroline.
It's an early start in the morning.
5:30, but then you go to bed at 8:30.
Yeah, but I don't sleep straight away. I read my book and...
Terrible. You should be sleeping straight away. Naughty girl. So that's another tough thing, that when it is freezing cold and you have to go and do something, then sometimes you think you're prepared, but not always. Yeah. Of course, there is always a solution, but if you have to be outside for quite a while, there's no fun. It's no joy. If something breaks and you have to be out there doing something with a screwdriver and little screws, forget it. You can't wear your gloves for that. They stick gloves. You have to take them off. Quickly do something with the screw, which by then is frozen and could likely be sticking to your finger before you can even screw it into something. I've had that a couple of times. Well, I think with the snowmobiling, halfway through I blinked and my eye wouldn't open anymore. My eyelashes were actually frozen together just from the blinking once. It was crazy.
Your beard always gets big and white as well when you go outside and it's really cold.
Yeah, the beard is quite nice for that. It blocks a lot of the cold. It's nice to have a bushy beard. Yeah. But then it does get, once you come inside, it's wet. Yeah. And that's another thing. If you start sweating when you're working hard in the cold, and then you stop working, then it's quite dangerous.
Yes, especially if you're like hauling logs and you're quite far away from home, and then you stop, and then
you get on the snowmobile, and then you have to account for the
wind chill factor,
which is crazy. It brings it down like crazy if you up the speed on the snowmobile to 15 kilometers an hour, 20, it goes down like so fast.
Doing the license, you had a wee table in your book that said if you're going at this speed, it can reduce from this to this, and at this speed it goes down from this to this, and it was quite amazing. Yeah, but you really have to stop and you have to check sometimes if you're not getting frostbite. It's serious stuff. I've luckily not had that problem yet, but we're close to it when we're on the snowmobile. The teacher stopped us all to make sure and was looking at the nose, everything okay. To everybody, make sure you're not getting frostbite. Okay. Yeah. Now one girl, she was struggling big time. Whoa. He had to give her extra clothes and everything, and special jacket. Come well prepared. It's like, well, you live up here, you should know. Well, like you say, on a snowmobile, then it's even more extreme.
I think if it's like minus 20 and you start to drive at a certain speed, you can be minus 50. You'll feel that's insane. Yeah. Yeah, now once I was out with Janne snowmobiling and it was -20 and he said, look, we're just going to drive slowly, otherwise it's no fun.
Yeah.
And then the other problem is then your goggles are on your warmer body, and so that difference in temperature can, if you stop, can put, well, how do you say, condensation on your glasses, which then instantly freezes, and then you can't see anything, and then you're done. Your glasses, you can hardly see anything through it. I thought it was only me, but it seems to be rather normal that it happens. So. Yeah. But it's a pain. You can hardly see, and you can't scrub it off with your gloves.
No.
It's just stuck on it, and it makes it worse, and you keep rubbing on it. Yeah. So that is, there's a lot of things in the real cold that make it difficult.
Yeah, and the other thing that I don't look forward to, you were saying the other day, oh yeah, when is winter coming? I'm looking forward to winter.
Yeah, it was so hot.
I think, oh no, I've got to get the kids ready for school in the morning, you know. And then you've got to put on, of course, their normal clothes and their trousers, and then a pair of socks, and then they've got to have a thick pair of socks, and then they've got to have another pair of a onesie over the top, and then they need thin gloves, and then they need thicker gloves, and then so many
gloves.
Clothes that they have to wear to go to school. It's a pain.
That takes a long time.
It takes a long time.
That's a really good point you make.
I'm not looking forward to that.
No, that was really
winter.
Nice when it started to warm up, and they could just send them out in normal clothes.
Go. A dress and shoes, poof, off you go.
Done.
Yeah, so nice.
Really
Such
easy.
a luxury.
Yeah, and that is especially difficult when we were here with Amber in the beginning. We were inexperienced, and she couldn't talk yet, so she couldn't tell us if she was cold or not. Yeah. And we just weren't sure, never sure if she was okay.
And then the school would be telling us, oh, can you maybe put Amber in something a bit warmer?
Yeah, we're like, oh no.
Oh, we're bad parents.
Can you maybe put on proper gloves next time? Yeah. Proper gloves? I thought these were proper gloves. What are proper gloves? Well, but we asked them, they were kind, they told us what we have to get. But
and they would loan us stuff if we didn't have enough. And
they always have some kind of spare, lost and found stuff that they can put on the kids. Yeah. But it was a steep learning curve with that as well. Yeah. It was a lot.
Because they go outside, like you say, up until about -20, which is pretty hardcore.
It's really hardcore.
For young kids.
-15 already. I mean, if anybody listening to that, go outside at -15 and see how much you enjoy it for a long period of time, Yeah. But -20, that's taking it to another level again. It doesn't sound like much to 5 degrees, but at -20, it really is a different feel to it. Yeah. And -30, there you feel it almost instantly.
Oh yeah, you feel it when you breathe. Yeah. It kind of gets a bit icy, sort of feeling in the throat.
Yeah, I went...
and in the nose.
Yeah, I went cross-country skiing a few times when it was that cold. And that was too much. It really is tough. It's tough on the lungs. Yeah. Like the pros, if they really practice in these cold temperatures for too long, a lot of them can have serious problems on their lungs later in life. So you have to have this special mask that deals with that if you want to train out there. They suggest. Yeah. But it's no fun, so I don't have to. So I stopped. No. I stopped doing that in that cold. Yeah, that's another thing that sports in the winter I love, but it's also it's been a bit tough here. We haven't really been getting stuck into too much sports. No, I mean we've not really had time. No. I went for some walks because you prepared the track, pulling the heavy metal plate so it would flatten the snow, so that I could go for some walks. So I really enjoyed that. That was nice. That was nice. Yeah. Yeah, and then this year I wanted to do that this winter. Yeah. And then I crashed and dislocated my shoulder almost. Yeah. And then it was over with that project. Yeah, that was another heavy lesson learned. Every season I seem to have a setback. Yeah. The winter before, I went out with the first snowfall. I'm going to shovel snow, and then I hit the grass and my wrist bent backwards. Yeah, your wrist. And I couldn't lift up anything anymore with it. I couldn't even lift up a glass of water. It was hurting like crazy. That took a while to recover. That took months. Cooking was a struggle. Everything was a struggle, and then, let alone working outside with heavy tools. Yeah, and then you had to push the
the snow blower as well, and that was really hard for you.
Goodness me. And then, snowmobiling, lifting heavy logs and all that, everything. And then this year I do it again, straight away, beginning of winter, boom, the shoulder.
Yeah, right at the beginning.
That's so stupid. And I think I'm saying season because last summer I think I did my back or my ribs with disc golf.
Yeah, disc golf, yeah.
That was really stupid.
You were so angry. You flung the disc really hard.
So hard onto the ground.
So hard that you bruised your own ribs.
Yeah. And then
I mean, who does that?
This guy. You don't have to look far for that guy. Right here, baby.
Muppet features over here.
Muppet, yeah. Oh, yeah. The new president of the Muppet Club.
That took a long time to recover as well.
Yeah, and then I started with this. Was that 2 seasons ago? I'm not sure.
I think it was, yeah.
And then the last summer, I started with the scything, and then I was scything so into like I need to get this done that I think I got inflammation again in my shoulder or something in the back.
Yeah.
So I had to stop then again. So every year,
something.
it's the beginning of a new season. I do something straight away. Yeah, and that is very difficult to deal with because there's so many things we want to do.
Yeah, and there's always a time pressure on everything that you do.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's really, it might be the toughest thing up here is the time pressure. It's just puts so much pressure on, so much stress. It's just non-stop. You know at some stage the ground is going to be frozen and that's it.
Yeah.
You're done. You can wait for 8 months until you can dig into the ground again. And yeah, exactly. It's it keeps you on your toes, that's for sure. Yeah. You can't be lazy.
No.
Because there are major setbacks if you are not doing something. Even, moving snow. If you wait, like if I'm, we have a snowstorm and I don't go out and do the driveway, then it will get so high that I can barely do it with the snowblower. Yeah. And then what?
And then you can't get anywhere with the car.
No.
Yeah.
That is tough. Sometimes, not this year, it was an easy winter, but the winter before I had to go twice in one day to do it so that it wouldn't build up because it was so high, the snow on the sides, that also it didn't even need to snow. If it was a windy day, stormy day, you just get massive snow banks that were covering the whole driveway, especially where it's open in the fields. And I had to just go for that and clear it up. Otherwise, it was impossible. You couldn't get through with the car.
No way.
It was so deep.
No. And even like with the blueberries, there's such a short window of a couple of weeks. Yeah. That if you don't get them all picked on time, they're all just going to fall off and it's done. And it's done. It's over.
Yeah. Last year again, we were a bit too late, I think.
Yeah.
And we just didn't get the amount that we wanted.
I think we definitely could have gotten more if we had started earlier or.
Well, how long did it take us to finish the jam?
We made. Was it 6 jars? I think we had eaten it in like 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah. So, I think we didn't manage our goal of being self-sufficient with jam.
No way. No.
We have a lot of rhubarb. We make nice rhubarb jam.
Yeah.
But Amber doesn't seem to like the rhubarb so much.
No, it's a bit of a shame. She doesn't like the compote. She doesn't like the juice. No. Yeah,
well, the berry season is upon us. They got these cloudberries growing now as well. We don't have them around us.
Not near the house.
But this is really the gold here in Sweden. It's what is the most expensive jam and most expensive berry that people die for getting because it's more around swampy areas, I think.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, so it's quite dangerous because accidents can happen and normally they're bringing over people from. Well, I don't think the Swedes maybe. I don't know who's doing it, but somebody's bringing over people from Asia normally. It's, I think it's the Thai and.
Okay.
Who's the other ones living? The neighbors of them. I forget now. But that's normally who come to pick them. I mean, we were there the first year we moved here. We took a walk, took the car a couple of kilometers there. where there's a beautiful view over the big lakes. And we thought, we're not completely alone because we're in the middle of nowhere. And there was a van full of Asians picking berries in the
big
fields.
Sacks.
Exactly. We're like, what are you guys doing in the middle of nowhere? Smoking his cigarettes. Like, okay. Now we felt out of place. But maybe there, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you'd find cloudberries there.
Don't remember. I'd have to go and try.
Yeah.
See.
But that seems to be kind of around the same season as the blueberries. And the blueberries were now growing. So
Yeah, they are growing. They're just a little bit on the small side. And tart.
Yeah. Yeah, they were tart. But there were some big ones between them.
They were.
They were ready. So it's
a fine line.
You know, if you miss it, we're going to be again the whole year talking about how we miss blueberry season. Because they're delicious and, you know, how expensive they are in the shop.
So expensive in the supermarket.
And they go off within a couple of days, I think.
Yeah, yep.
So, now I can't wait. I can't wait because now we have this canner as well. You know, we can do the water bath canning. You know, we've got the jars for it. So, because the blueberries, they really need to be, I think, preserved properly to last much longer.
Yeah.
Whereas with the lingonberry, that seems to be, it has inherent preservatives in it, and so they can last. I think, like some people have told us here, their grandmothers just put it in a big bucket in the cellar, and it would last all winter. And they just go down, take a scoop every now and again in a jar, and keep it in the upstairs. But that would last all the time, and you can add some pectin.
Yes.
To the blueberries and or the
atamon.
Atamon, that was another one. And then it can last much longer. But yeah, if you can just pick berries and, you know, preserve it with a water bath canning.
Yeah. And you know, we didn't even plant them; they just grow wild here.
It's fields of it.
Fields of it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how many kilos we can harvest.
Yeah, me too. We're gonna go nuts with it. We got the special scoops for it.
Yep.
And this year we're going to go at it and just scoop it all up. And I think it might be the better technique after we've tried several different ones now. Yeah. Okay, the blueberries we have to pick separate anyway, because that's a separate growing season. But I think after that, it's just going to be when the lingonberries are there, we go lingonberries and what we now know are crowberries. Crowberries. And we'll just pick them together. Yeah. And we'll just be together in one jam. Yeah. Since apparently the crowberries is nice to, they don't really have a flavor so much of their own. However, they're a good filler. Yeah. To like a 50-50 jam. Yeah, well, looking forward to that. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, so that'll be, I guess, next week.
Yeah, I think, well, you wanted to do it especially when the girls are at school. Yeah. But I think we should even have a look maybe today. We only looked a few days ago. Keep an eye on it. Yeah. Before it's too late.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that was it. I can't think of anything. I think that's just a good conclusion of what is the toughest up here up north.
Yeah, that was a good discussion.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else would be tougher than what we talked about. Of course, there's lots of little things, but the main general thing is, of course, dealing with the cold. Yeah. However, once you figure it out, it's okay.
Yeah, you can deal with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, it's actually really not a problem. It's just that sometimes you don't want to. And
it's the same with the darkness. I mean, that's what people who have never been to the north of Sweden say about the north of Sweden. Oh, you know that it's going to be dark there all winter.
Yeah, quite a few people told us. Yeah. Do you know it's dark up there?
But,
no, we did not know that. That's strange.
Yeah, it's dark. It's not pitch black, it's dark. No. It's covered in snow everywhere, so there is some light reflection. Yeah. But you just put lights on and...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can see how people can become depressed with it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Like, there is no sun. You know, like we don't see the sun for 2 months of the year. And it can be a bit, when the sun does start to come out, it feels amazing. But, but we never get depressed for it. We find it quite exciting. Yeah. You know, cozy, sit inside in the dark winter months with your fire. And
and there's always something to do to keep you busy.
Absolutely. No, we're not getting bored either, no. But if you're sitting alone at home and you don't have anything to do, you don't have a homestead, and it's dark months, I can imagine that it gets pretty boring. Yeah. Now for us, the darkness, exactly. There's things you need to do. You need to keep your lights on and keep yourself busy, keep the radio on, things like that, you know. keep keep yourself from feeling too lonely, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That helps.
I think that has never been definitely not tough at all for us, the darkness.
No.
The light is more, I find it to be so light all night.
Paced, yeah.
That's a bit more difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and the sun is shining in your face.
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness for blackout blinds.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Okay, yeah.
No, that's what I wanted to say. I think that was the general things. It was the cold, the unpredictable season. Really, I mean, the winter is predictable. It comes and there you go. You're done.
You know it's going to be snowy and you know it's going to be cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How much snow, you're not so sure. But for us, that's not a problem. If you're you're working in a tourist industry, then it is very important, of course. And it's important as well for the shops who are selling snowmobiles and things like this. And for them, of course, it was not a great winter last winter. It was tough for them. But for ourselves, that's it's not too much of a bother. No. You get used to it if there's some or a lot of snow. Mm-hmm. But there has been times when there was apparently so much snow that houses have caved in. That just have not. How do you say that? They didn't account for that there could be massive dumps of snow. Mm-hmm. That can happen up here. Yeah. For these buildings have been standing here for decades. So we're feeling pretty good about that.
Mm-hmm. It's a good sign if they've lasted this long.
Exactly. So that's okay. Yeah, well, good chat.
Good chat.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it at that and...
we're gonna go and check the blueberries.
Check the blueberries. Yeah. Exciting. Let's go have a look.
Yeah.